others. We don't know what's gonna happen. But the one thing that we did find out, and there's no disputing it, and he's told us in so many ways, is that he is here, he's ours. Those guys are their puppets, the corporation's puppets, the greedy people's puppets. He is offering himself to us. So he's our puppet, for lack of a better term. I'm sorry, but let's call a spade a spade. It is what it is. And he's willing to do whatever we ask him to do. And as a collaborative, together as a unit. So if we have 5,000 people from Missoula, Montana to say, Bernie, please don't stop the race. And then he's got another 5,000 from Iowa and another 20,000 or more. He's got thousands and thousands of supporters all over the country.
Too low, it's gonna be tens of thousands.
Mm-hmm. That we need to, it is, and we need to help get his message and get his name out there because of the stonewalling of mainstream media. And the only way that's gonna work is if we also, again, start at the local levels. Because some of the local stations do have a little bit of leeway about what they report on within their own communities. And so if this is going on constantly within our community, they're gonna have to report it at some point. And then people are gonna be like, wow, so what's that about? And then we're gonna make sure they know how to find out what it's about. And we're gonna go out to the farming communities. We need people to go to the retirement.
Are you recording all of our meetings?
Yes,
We should set up a YouTube channel.
Awesome, we should. We have one, actually.
We should just
Because
all
I
of our
recorded
meetings,
that last meeting.
Like all of
so.
our
Yep.
events, like
Everything.
the yard parade, everything, just
Everything.
all of it on YouTube.
Yep.
And then we can link it to our Facebook.
Yes, ma'am.
So, we've got
I like you so much.
we have the Pride Parade next Saturday. That's good for spreading information. But what about, trying to get some spotlight in the local
Some media
media.
attention.
Some rallies, not just like a Bernie rally, but, focusing on some of the bills that he's introduced.
That's what we're
already,
doing.
Like, break up the banks, college funding, that kind of thing, like having a rally, on the courthouse.
One of the things that I'm trying to put together before the end of summer, before school starts, but when all the kids are here, like, the week before, the week before college starts, when they're all here, I'm trying to put together a huge concert, outdoor concert, fundraising effort for the Missoula local efforts.
We totally need that.
And
We should look into
Especially with
local
that,
bands who'd be willing to
Yes.
play.
we
I
have
have
some,
at least 2 friends in 2 different local bands.
and Kirby, my other half, is also in the entertainment industry. So he's got a lot of
You don't
friends.
have a date
You
at
guys
all,
know who
this is
Reverend
just-
Slanky is?
This is just.
Wow, really? You will. Anyone heard of Michael Franny? I'm gonna try to get him to headline, if possible. And I think more and more people, if we keep this in the open, we're recording this stuff, no decisions, no official decisions get made that aren't recorded publicly for people to access.
Like the YouTube channel
Yeah.
is.
That's the only way our revolution,
And
our
yeah,
social
show up and
democracy
go
can
off.
work, is if we keep everything in the open.
So,
And have those hot dogs.
Yes. We're actually gonna get a campaign cell phone, that does forwarding, so we'll have different people volunteer
Who do you
to
date
take
that?
shifts and have the calls forwarded to
Listen to me,
them.
we got famous on YouTube, you don't need him, Ken. I'm saying.
I'm saying, girl, that's right, you're right. You're right, and I'm still learning social media. I started getting involved in the March Against Monsanto thing 3 years ago when it started. I helped out, I still run the Missoula March Against Monsanto page. That's where I met Heidi and started working with her, and she was helping everyone across the nation organize for the March Against Monsanto. That ended up being the first of its kind ever globally, completely, everyone started their march at the exact same time, all across the world. We coordinated that, and none of us are getting paid for this. We're all doing this because this needs to happen, or we're not gonna make it. Our children aren't gonna have anything left. These guys that are making all these decisions, they don't care. They're gonna be dead by the time the planet's destroyed. What do they care as long as they get to hang out with their buddies up there on the yachts or wherever they're at, Martha's Vineyard?
What time do you think that date right It starts at 12, I already looked, it starts at 12:30, so that's actually just as the farmer market's like dying down.
Would you be willing to work with Annette? Cause she said she's already got a booth down there that she'd be happy to split with us.
Yeah,
She had to leave early, but I'll make sure that you,
Yeah. totally.
that you guys need each other.
Yeah. What is the
It'd be right.
YouTube, what is
And then
the,
we need volunteers, for farmers market too.
I think we should, maybe meet they're starting at Hellgate, they said the parents meeting at Hellgate.
Right.
And so we should just have a blue toilet there.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna put some flyers together and see if I can't, at least so we can
Yeah.
find something out. What's
Awesome.
the YouTube channel called?
Oh, gosh. We created it so we could upload the, last week's meeting.
Yeah, I love that, and then,
Um,
like, we need, almost need somebody to record the paid time of it, and I'll talk to my husband and do it.
Awesome. Yes, and I mean, we've been hearing from people in San Francisco, is anyone gonna represent Bernie at the San Francisco Gay Pride Parade? Are you kidding me? Why aren't there already people, so we're helping people.
People I know are like-minded say who, and I just know.
Yeah, it's just people helping each other, that's how this is gonna work,
That's
that's
how
how
we
we're gonna
come
get our country
Who
back,
is that?
is if we join
Be my pepper.
together.
For this event that you're talking about right before school starts, that would be right the middle of August.
Yeah.
So we got about 2 months.
Yeah, we've got a lot of work between now and then.
There's a ton.
We also need volunteers to help me, we need to breathe life back into Rock the Vote, because this really is a matter of life and death at this point, and we need every vote that we can get. So, Rock the Vote, I've sent them, a few messages, I haven't heard anything back yet, but I just hopped
Is
on
that
board
an
and just
MTV?
started doing all this stuff.
What's that today?
Rock the Vote is its own,
It's its own.
yeah, so we need people that are gonna petition them and say, what can we do to revive Rock the Vote? How can we help you guys? And get them on board. And there's all these other organizations that just, there's so many that would be happy to jump on board of this if they are just made aware of what's going on. They don't know what's going on, so they can't support it if they don't know about it. So we need to make sure everybody knows about it and write letters to the editors, call into the radio stations, call into the television or the YouTube station people, all the different shows. We're gonna start trying to stream our meetings and make them interactive so that people can, like people who are on a farm and don't get to, drive 6 hours to a meeting, they can take a break, they can go online and they can, at this time, they can say, hey, what's going on with this, and get answers right at the same time that we're having some of this. We're gonna keep everything as interactive as possible, a little more organized, just so we can all stay focused on
These things take time.
But this is fabulous. This is how revolutions start.
That's right.
This is how they get planned. They don't plan themselves. They don't. We have to. It's a movement, and that's what this is all about. And Bernie understands that, and he's happy to do what he
This
can.
is how he's always been
In
his
DC.
campaign. 76% of the vote, and he got elected. All
So
residents.
if we start down here at the
Can be
local
done.
level and meet him as close to the middle as we can, we need to get people in the Senate, in Congress, that are honest. That we need to start holding these people accountable. If you say you're gonna do something, you'd better do it or you're fired, because you're applying for this job
Well, that's the thing. If
and
you
we're your boss.
get Bernie supporters to come out,
Yeah.
it'll swing the Congress too,
Yep.
just by.
It already is. It's already working. They voted down, it's gonna be back
Oh,
on the
yeah,
floor
the TPP is
tomorrow, yeah. But they're listening. They are starting to listen. They're realizing that the people really are waking up, and we really
The
are.
numbers Bernie's been getting versus any of the
Yeah.
15 million Republican
Yeah.
nominees, he's.
You people want you to believe that he's a nobody, that he's a long shot, but I'm here to tell you, he is not a long shot. He is our best shot.
He is our only
He's our only,
chance.
yeah.
He is our
So-
only chance to fix
And
this.
he is here for us. And if we have enough people, if he doesn't get that Democratic vote, we have enough people that would ask him, don't give up, we're here for you, and he will stay.
Hard to say no to him in tons.
Yeah, it's real hard, especially, he's been doing a thankless job for 40 years because he's been stonewalled in Blackville, because he's honest. And he is what we need, and the people are finally ready. for the message that Bernie has and for what we're trying to do right now.
Fed up.
What does it take to reserve Paris Park?
You just, excuse me, goodness.
I don't know that, but
It's, I know how to answer that.
One part's way out
Excuse
of
me.
line.
Oh, and great news too.
Good
Um,
part.
Through the downtown courthouse, through the city clerk's office, you can find out there, and also the downtown association will also have any type of information you need. The council, city chamber,
Chamber of Commerce.
thank you, Chamber of Commerce. They will have all kinds of information for you. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks, Nancy.
They will, they'll help you find out when it's available, and, I'm pretty sure it's free, as long as you just have to,
you have to provide all the services.
right.
So I
You
think
provide the entertainment, they'll provide the grass and the.
one of the great things that would be,
Be a
for
great
that,
place
you get
for,
a brewery behind it.
We're gonna get some,
End of the summer thing, it is.
we're gonna try,
Kettle House or any of the local breweries to get behind Bernie.
and that's
for
what we
an
need
event
people
like
to do.
that.
That'd be great, yeah.
So if we say, hey, we've got this
Donate
event
a
coming
few
up,
bags, you know,
Yep.
rent some porta potties,
Yep,
stuff
yep.
like that.
and that's what we need, is people who can be some of this group's designated, PR, and going out in the community and talking to the locally owned businesses, because they are also who Bernie's representing. It's to help them get on board, do as much cross-promoting as we possibly can. That's the best way to start getting everyone in our community involved, is just cross-promote the heck out of stuff. Brainstorm with your friends, get ideas, go in these open forums, say, hey guys, I have this idea, do you think it'll work? People will tell you what they think or not. But you know what, you're still not bound by what they think. If you still wanna do something, then do it. You know, I wasn't sure what to expect today. I was expecting something not nearly as much fun as it's been so far. Like, I've enjoyed sitting here talking with you guys, interacting with you. We're all on the same page. We all have the same vision. We know what needs to happen, and we're ready to do what we need to do to fix it.
People in the other areas of the state thing.
Yeah.
I'm of the firm belief we need to ignore them guys and focus on what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's getting worse.
Really, and we're gonna just keep working around the people that are working
And
against
if they
us.
don't like it, well, then whatever.
They try to use social media against us. Hey, let's
Let 'em
use
have
that for Bernie, for our,
You don't have to leave without the best constitution in the world. We don't need to, we don't have to rewrite it. I signed it 43 years ago.
Bob, I don't know if you guys know, Bob wrote the preamble.
Right of privacy, each get a signed copy if you want of the Montana Constitution.
He
This is a
wrote the
$75
preamble.
DVD, you can see as to how we did it 30 years ago.
See, they recorded it back then, they
Doing
need to be
that.
recording
Hey,
it
Bob,
now.
have you read about John Ross?
We don't have to.
What was it, was it
Hey,
environmental and human rights, right?
Have you read John Ross?
John Rawls.
He's a political philosopher, 1970s.
Oh, John Locke.
John Rawls.
Rawls. I was looking at John Locke.
Yeah. John Locke is what they based the original Constitution on.
No.
You should check out John Locke, he's pretty amazing.
Well, a lot of people said it's amazing, but having Jeanette Rankin next to me was pretty amazing.
I can only imagine.
She said, would you like to know the secret of giving a good speech? And I said, yeah. She's 91, I'm 31. She said, never write it out and read it. She said, know your material and speak from your heart.
Absolutely.
And I asked her during the convention, she was our guest speaker, what she'd have done differently in all those years of activism. She said, I wouldn't have been so ladylike. So she won in 1916. I asked her how she did
Before
that.
women had the right to vote.
That she got women right to vote in 1914 and turned around 1916 and she put her for governor for U.S. Congress. I said, how'd you win? She said, well, they had a Democrat and a progressive socialist and me as a Republican peacemaker. So the early returns were all from people, Union, Missoula and everything. So, but Wellington, her brother, said, you lost, it's gone. She said, I'm going to bed, I'll find out in the morning. So she got up in the morning and those eastern Montana Republicans came in and beat the Democrats. Split it in three ways and she got enough to get in. The 1940, here's an interesting one for you. 1940 is the only year that Michael Mansfield filed for office and lost. His wife talked him into running for Congress in 1940 against the Democratic incumbent for that congressional seat, and he primary, and Jeanette was the Republican opponent and beat the guy that was the incumbent. So Mike, me and Steve.
I have a 13-year-old daughter, you're gonna have to
And
talk to.
we
She
didn't
doesn't
have-
discuss with Jeanette anymore.
Jeanette statute in the state and federal courthouse, federal capital, but that's fine, it's all fun, it's all politics, it's good.
Okay,
Anyway, you get a constitution, you get a free water, and, anytime you wanna go, that's fine. We got people.
I do have a couple things that,
All right, you take up, think I'm gonna start packing up.
you can back up, Bob, I just wanna get it on the
All
record
right,
really quick.
get on the record.
I'll
There
put
you
these
go.
before we
Yeah,
pass
yeah.
them up.
Okay, you're right.
Thank you. Okay, so, yeah, we're looking for our team leaders. We need to get the message out as much as we can. I'm gonna make sure that, I have as many links to informative sites to, there's one group already online from all over the nation that everyone's putting, art or templates for forms or, flyers and pamphlets and things that they've created for their stuff and wherever they're from, making it access, open source for anyone else in the nation that might need a template or something to work off of. So we'll make sure that you guys can have access to those Facebook pages and to those different websites that are available to you as resources, by the people who also share this particular vision that we're discussing here today. So, and also, use common sense, don't break the law, otherwise have fun. And,
Donate anything.
yep, we need to start shaking things up, get folks into a Senate and Congress that are truly representing us. I wanna make it so, you want minimum wage to change fast? Our politicians only get paid minimum wage of their state, and they only get Medicaid insurance of their state. That's what I think. I think if we wanna keep people honest, then we need people who are doing it for the right reasons. They're doing it because it needs to happen, not because it's gonna further a business that they're trying to franchise, and they're using this platform as a way to network throughout the state and have their own personal agendas, but are piggybacking off of this movement. And that's not gonna happen on our watch. So this belongs to everybody. We're not gonna let anyone claim to be official or authentic in any way, or imply that they've got some sort of official. When you'll know if they're official when like their Facebook page has the little blue check mark on it with the circle, because that'll mean that Bernie Sanders they're his official people.
Yeah.
But if they don't have that little blue verified official, don't believe that's a thing. If they're lying to you about that, what else are they lying or misleading?
Ashamed of themselves.
They really do need to be ashamed of themselves, and like I said, if we need to share the private messages and the emails and prove that we've been bullied and harassed, we will. But we wanna work with these other people. We're willing to, just like our country needs to start over, we need a redo, we need to start over. We're willing to start over and have a redo with those folks. One of them, not so much, but the rest of them, I think we could still work together, and I would like to. And that's something that, because of the petty stuff that's been going on, and why it was so important to get this message out to as many people as we could right away. Like, there's not necessarily a right way to do this, but there's definitely a wrong way to do this. And the way that they've been doing it and operating in the dark has definitely not been any right way to do anything. Nobody has the right to treat anybody the
Kind
way
of behavior we're fighting
Yeah.
against.
they should be ashamed of themselves. I don't like bullies, I never have. Since the first time I put a bully in a headlock, I was 9 years old. And I still feel the same way. I believe in being honest. I don't play poker because I can't lie. I suck.
Bully him back.
That's right.
So, anyway, so let's get back, shaking things up. We do need to, that's another thing. The other group didn't want to talk about the issues. That's part of the campaign. We need to talk about the issues. So, that's something, and we're gonna have different people, experts within all these different fields coming to different events throughout the community and educating and sharing what they know, because they're working in it, they're dealing with it right now. They're the ones that we need to hear from to know what's really going on, because we can't believe these people anymore, because they've all proven that they're perfectly willing to lie and deceive us and keep us in the dark. So we're gonna keep everything in the light. Rock the vote.
Transparency.
Yep, transparency, 100%. This is a matter of life and death. They would like you to think it's not, but it is. We are endangered species, and so is every other species on this planet, as long as we allow the current state of affairs to continue. So there is a sense of, if you're getting a sense of urgency from me, it's because I feel a sense of urgency about this. I'd like to try to have all this fixed and ready to go by the time my daughter's old enough to have children of her own. I'd like to have it fixed so that they can benefit from what we're trying to do right now. And stop poisoning our food and water supplies, guys. You're not gonna control us. We're gonna start encouraging people to, there's different movements. You've got grow food, not grass. Food is free. We've got all these, we're working with, yes, GMO labeling, organics, all that. So, and we need people from all these different, because there are all these different special interest groups, and we're trying to unite all these different special interest groups under this one common goal, which is save the planet right now, because none of this other stuff matters. None of it.
I'm not firm on the sustainability coalition, some of the local, like the garden groups, the Tasman Gardens in Missoula, and it's not, I'm nonpartisan, I'm in there wearing their shirts, so it might be hard for me to talk about the Bernie Sanders in particular, but maybe I can talk about the environmental issue that we're gonna be working on that. If they wanna come to our meetings, that would be fabulous.
Awesome. And see, for future meetings, I'll be able to put agendas together. I just had no help.
Yeah,
Because
just
people
like
didn't
the
know
advice.
what to expect because of what was going on with those
I
other
didn't even hear
organizers.
about that till I came in here.
They
I think I got hold of the one lady who helped you set up your group, and she linked me to yours.
awesome.
She said
Heidi, yeah.
Heidi.
And I think Diane, I don't think she knows what the guys have been up to. I think, and she's out of the state right now, because she is their person here in Missoula, even though there was already a group of us here in Missoula working together, trying to get things organized, because I was not in agreement with the way they were doing things. They completely usurped me, didn't talk to me at all, ask for any input, or ask me if I would help advertise, nothing. They just completely usurped me and ignored me altogether.
So they're not wanting anybody in Missoula?
No, they do, but they want their person in Missoula who is willing to do things the way they want things done.
That's not how grass movements work.
That's not how, that is right, that is not how a grassroots movement works. Well, I what the hell, I will name names because that's the only way this is gonna work.
If someone starts coming out and they start
Andy
doing
Boyd.
other things.
Andy Boyd from Bozeman, and they're actually having their meeting today as well.
In Bozeman?
He's the main culprit actually, that if I need to convince Heidi to file criminal charges against him for what he's been doing to her. So, it's not okay to talk to anybody the way that man has been talking to her in private. I've tried to call him out on public boards, just like Bernie would do, and we created a page, what would Bernie do? That he may come in on time to time and answer what he would do. And people that have worked with him that will be answering on his behalf, that actually are authorized to answer on his behalf. And that's a nationwide, except, anyone from all over the world is welcome to join that page and that forum.
Well, because he
What would Bernie
comes out
do?
and answers those questions himself.
What would Bernie do? And that's when we're organizing amongst ourselves in the community, and things are starting to, people are trying to posture, they wanna be the boss of something. You ask yourselves, what would Bernie do? Would this help Bernie's cause right now? No, I don't think it would. So maybe we should refocus and try something different, because status quo obviously is not working, and it has not been working, and it's time to try some new things. And sometimes we're gonna make mistakes, we're gonna fall flat on our faces. You think that the founding fathers didn't fall flat on their faces when they were, I can't even imagine what those guys went through. So at least now we're a little more enlightened, we're more informed, we have technology
And
at
all
our,
the founding fathers talk about a long shot. You
Yep.
think Bernie's a long shot?
they think he's a long shot.
Like, talk about a long shot.
the odds of us winning the Revolutionary War, that was a long shot.
We haven't, I think I wrote an article recently about that, is we've done this before, and we can do it again. There's no reason, and we need to do it again now.
Are we expecting, another group, let's say from Bozeman, to start doing meetings in Missoula?
Yeah, they've taken it upon themselves to travel to all the different communities and Kalispell.
Well, how often are they gonna be able to meet in Missoula if they're coming around? Once a month?
They just, the only thing they've been concerned with really is being the boss and making sure everyone knows they're the boss. And
So
so
if
they
they
haven't
come-
actually been organizing anything.
If they come to Missoula, we're also gonna go to the meeting.
So far, they've been using the Union Hall, the second floor of the Union Hall.
So
But we want people with mobility issues to come to our events,
Yeah.
people with veterans, seniors, disabled. So we're gonna make sure all of our events are handicap accessible. Theirs so far have not been.
But regardless, if they hold a meeting that is for the campaign attorney, I feel like everyone should go regardless.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe.
Absolutely.
Like, hey, so let me
You don't have
actually-
to agree with any
Yeah.
one person. You can disagree with anybody you want. You can rally behind anyone you want. You can start your own group and have people rally behind you based on what you're trying to do within your community. As long as you're doing it in the light and honest, using a place of integrity and honesty when you're doing this stuff, doing everything in the open. Anything you claim to do for Bernie Sanders, People's
So
Movement
how many
campaign.
campaign events, any passing out flyers, any,
Did they do the one on the Union Hall thing?
That was them, yeah,
That was them,
that was the
okay.
Union Hall. They had a pretty good turnout, but the reason we didn't have very many people today is because they were actively doing everything in their power to discourage people to join us today. And I'm hoping to post this video today and let people see for themselves,
why would they do that?
because I don't agree with how they're organizing, so they wanna come in and say that they are better, and you know what, they are experienced, and we need that experience, but they need to also
But
remember
they
that
should realize that anybody who wants to help them should be able to.
everybody has something to offer. No one person's experience or attributes or contributions are more important than anyone else's. Everybody's. Your 13-year-old daughters down to your toddlers, they are part of this. They have something to contribute. So I mean, everybody has some. My mom, she's living over at Glengara at one of the local senior retirement communities. How many of those people do you think know about Bernie Sanders?
Everyone that does.
Almost none of them know about him because mainstream media is blackballing him. So we need people to actually go to those communities.
Well, regardless of
introduce.
this other group, I think going to the meetings is great, but we should definitely work on our own events.
Okay,
We need our
so
own
how
events.
about, we've got this room, are you online?
Am I online right now?
Yeah, we're having trouble.
Well, this one's online now, finally. Meeting was half over before I decided.
You got one on the 21st.
I've got one,
On the
So we
21st,
have one
next
before
Sunday?
that?
21st is next Sunday.
but I have one on Tuesday or Wednesday night. I can't remember if it's this week or next week. But let me see if I can pull up the events page really quick. But so we've already got this room for some Saturdays, almost every Sunday, some evenings. Anyone who wants to put something together in the mornings and you're not sure where to go and they're not open here yet, we'll help you find something. We're gonna make sure you guys get access to the calendar so you know all the different events that are coming up. Cause I'm gonna need people to volunteer to help MC some of these events, cause I can't be at all of them. I've got a surgery coming up, I'm gonna have some downtime. I can still work from home and be available from home, but I'm not gonna be able to come out and hang out with everybody at every single event. So we're looking for people to help us that share the vision and are willing to do what it takes to get that vision, that common goal out. And we've made sure to talk to Bernie's people to make sure that we are sharing the same vision and we are in the same movement together and we're all doing this the way he wants it, would like to see it done. He's not gonna tell us how to do our movement. This is our movement. This is the people saying, we're done. You guys, you don't deserve our trust anymore. We're taking it back. We're taking our country back. We're gonna put people who are doing the job because they wanna do the job, not because they wanna get rich, not because they wanna, as long as people like me, I'd be happy to represent anyone. Just make sure we have a roof over our head and some food in our stomachs and maybe a little bit of pocket money. And we're happy to, you know what I mean? That's the kind of people we need that are doing this because it's the right thing to do. Not doing it because they're trying to franchise out their pooper scooper business or because they're trying to, trying to get some free publicity by piggybacking off of our movement. And I resent that.
I'm gonna look into this out of this summer about setting up a university group. I'm a full-time student, this is my senior year, and then I'm off to law school.
We're gonna be all over the University of Montana.
So that last event, I should try to have it all organized again, so
Yeah.
I think you have to have 50 students.
We need
planning
as many
to
people on
organize a group on the campus.
I'm not
But
sure.
an event like that would be brilliant to get those signatures.
Any help we can get, we know some of the business owners here in town. I'm gonna try to talk to oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank on names. The owner of Top Hat, who recently bought the Loma. He's very, very progressive.
Do you know?
So, yeah, we do know him. So we're gonna see if we can get him on board.
That'd be a fun place to have an
Yeah.
event, the Loma.
Yep, and they're having their grand reopening, like not long, right around the same time that we're looking to get our thing going. So, I mean, I would like to get a summer outside concert because I want it to be a place where people can camp.
We can get carrots for free, then that's the best thing.
Oh yeah, we'll take what we can get.
We
We're
take
we're
what
not
we
in a
can get.
position to be
Want
picky.
the most
Yeah.
visibility possible.
Yes.
Because that's what people who just wander down there and see what's happening.
Yeah. But we could do both. We might be able to put something together there with them and then also do an outside because people want to.
I'll find it, man, you need to reserve Carrots Park
Yeah,
to
so-
get it. because it's probably
You can go
lost.
in there and if there's not something planned for tomorrow, you can book it tomorrow. So as long as the date's available, you can book.
We should go and look and see what
Yes.
kind of vendors summer dates.
Definitely want, like, weekend.
We can book this room or the smaller conference room up to 3 months in advance. So that's what I did. I got this room every Sunday for the next 3 months. So everybody will always have some place to meet up with each other and brainstorm and work on projects or whatever.
Lay post board down.
Yep,
before.
yep. And I was actually gonna bring some of that stuff today, but I didn't have time. So I was asking for help. People were afraid to help me because of the
Next Sunday.
So if you're
We
willing
should
to
be all, these kids, they can be posters while we talk.
definitely make this about us because it is about us.
It's about them.
And
The kids,
it's about our
right?
kids, let's
You know?
face it. Yeah, like I said 3 years ago, I couldn't care less what happened to this. I figured we
I
had it
had one
coming.
of those moments when my 13-year-old, she was around 3 at the time. I had been listening to the news in front of her like an idiot, and she came up to me just following. Mommy, the man on the news said they're gonna cut Big Bird. Because they were cutting 150 units. That's how the news announcer decided he was gonna explain it. Oh, they're gonna cut Big Bird.
See, and there's so many people putting
That's
misinformation
the
out
moment I
there.
decided I was gonna become a lawyer.
Make sure people know if they wanna contribute directly to Bernie's efforts, to only donate through the Bernie Sanders website. Because there's a lot of Democratic groups that they're saying they do support Bernie. But until Bernie actually gets that Democratic nomination or not, that money could end up going for Hillary. And Bernie needs every penny of my $5 is going to Bernie.
Yeah.
Every month is going to Bernie.
But honestly, like in this group, if you wanna contribute, we need supplies, right? We need
Yep,
roasted
we do.
goods, we need.
And we need to start getting the word out.
We need someone to pay for
Yes.
to pay to get a float in the next parade, if we don't have
Yes.
time for next weekend, we're gonna have to walk.
So we're gonna put together a wish list, pretty much when I get home. And anyone's allowed to ask to
Are
add
you
to
gonna
it.
join me at the Gay Pride Parade next weekend?
I'm not gonna be in town next weekend, but I'll be here the weekend after.
I'm gonna look into I'm gonna get a Missoula calendar of events, they post on that and see what other
But
events we might want to do this same
Know some people that are probably going to be in the parade that I can get to help you out.
Definitely.
That'll be great.
So I will go
That's awesome.
home and start working on flyers and maybe I'll send awareness.
Yes.
Once I know what time I'm gonna wanna be meeting and where I'm gonna wanna be before the parade, they're saying it starts at Hillgate High School. We start lining up 12:30, the parade starts at 1:30. So, but I'll have to look into it a little bit.
Awesome. And we're just asking everyone, I can't do this by myself and I don't want to.
There's no way.
I would love for someone more qualified and less anxiety to be able to come to this.
Well, I don't know
and-
if I'm any more qualified, but.
But you know what I mean, just, I can't do this alone. I slept very little over the last couple days, just because there was so much to
Are
do.
you the admin of that Facebook page?
No, Heidi Wendell is also an admin, and anyone who we're working with, that wants to help, admin or be editors or anything like that, contributors to the pages, say the word, we'd be happy to have the help, because we're adminning a lot of different things all across the nation. So, I mean, I'm hooked up with a lot of, with one
So we
Facebook
need more
activist.
tech guys, maybe?
We do have one IT guy, sort of, who's offered it,
You don't really need too much tech for Facebook though, it's pretty user friendly.
but we do need help figuring out how to
Well, website.
stream all of our events.
Yeah.
That's something, and, so yeah, anyone who wants to offer their help,
I know a guy who might be willing, well,
Awesome.
if I twisted his arm, he might be willing to help.
awesome, I get that, I had to twist my hub's arm just.
I don't know how
so
interested
I get
he
it.
is in this, but.
People are so misinformed that they don't realize, they're not stopping to actually look up the meaning of democratic socialism. But even still, we're not restricted by what these people say it is or should be. We're gonna decide what our democratic socialism is gonna be like.
Exactly,
We
we don't have to
might
set up our
base-
system just like Switzerland has theirs.
Yeah, it doesn't, we're not gonna plagiarize anybody's, we're gonna make our own. So, but we need to do it, we need to start at the local level.
Absolutely.
So, and we're all, you could be president someday, who knows?
I'm leaning more towards
Our
criminal
daughter-
justice.
Or, you know what I mean, though, our daughters could be, because we're starting at
But
grassroots.
absolutely.
Because they are
Absolutely.
watching, because they're like, in these people's bid to be official, they won't be, I can tell you, they're not gonna become official, because they know what was.
We need,
And they don't want that, it's too
Teachers.
premature. The only thing we need to do right now is educate, empower, and enable.
We need
That's
events.
all we need to do, yes, and get events. And we need some help paying for the banners.
yeah, we need.
Yeah, but we're getting there.
Honestly, we don't need that much money.
Well, and
Paper doesn't cost that much.
the biggest thing,
People
people, and
need
what
to
what I got from that meeting last week was, everybody wants to donate, they wanna help, but they were told they couldn't donate at the local level, not until a PAC was formed, or a 501c4, or whatever.
Well, then
That
donate.
was
Go
inaccurate
donate. Go and buy
information.
the papers yourself. Cut your
Yeah,
flyers
and that's
yourself.
or if, you know,
You said you guys had a screen printer who do shit for us? They
people
do
can
it.
donate, yeah, people can buy gift cards and donate a gift card. That I guarantee there's nothing in the campaign laws about gift cards.
Yeah.
So you know what, even though those
Pretty
don't apply to
easy.
us right now, we're still not doing anything
Pretty
wrong.
easy to track what we're buying with
Yeah.
cards too.
And everybody that contributes to this effort, I don't care if it's 50 cents or $50,000, will be thanked and appreciated, and their information will be put on that list, that if it does need to be shared with any campaign law, you know, any of that crap, anyone trying to throw a wrench in what we're trying to do, it's gonna be available, everything, we're gonna document everything, we're documenting this revolution, because it's happening, whether we document it or not, so we may as well record it. And we may as well make sure everybody's
I love the YouTube.
operating out of a place of honesty and
Everything
integrity.
we do should be
Yeah.
uploaded to the YouTube channel.
We have to hold each other accountable.
Yeah, do we have anyone involved right now that has a financial background in accounting or anything like that?
Well, I've helped,
Because I feel like as soon as if this group gets big enough, we're going to have.
We will have to
officers,
form.
you know,
We're gonna have to have a.
we will have to form,
things like
but
that.
at this point, we don't need to, but you're right, you're absolutely right. And, I'm
We
planning
can
on
only help
opening
with
a,
that big.
I'm planning on opening a bank account. But there will be at least 3 of us on the account as well. There's always gonna be accountability. No one person is gonna be in charge of any one thing. Yes, we're gonna have a bank account, somehow, once we figure out how to do it the way we need to. So we're not compromising the efforts, but, we will have at least 2 to 3 people, on that committee, so that everyone is available to hold each other accountable. Hi. How are ya?
Good, what's this about? Is it
Well, you stand
support
there
for
for-
Bernie?
Yeah,
Yes.
you've heard of Bernie? Yeah, well, it's not just about Bernie though, this is about the people of America, this is our
No,
movement.
I know it all, but.
We're trying to get as much help at a local level as we can possibly get.
Yeah, he just needs to push Hillary a little to the left, and hopefully.
Oh, she's leaning to the left, but as long as she's got Chase Bank and some of these other Monsanto people on board with her, she will not have our support ever.
Spot out like all the rest.
Yeah, Bernie's not.
Bernie's not.
It'll change, it'll get there. So we're, like I said, this is happening, we can deny it, we can ignore it, it doesn't make it go away, it's still happening. And that's what we've been doing, is we've been denying and we've been ignoring, and that's why we're in the state that we're in now. It's time for us to shine the light on these issues and to become proactive and within our communities. And that's the only way, is to accept personal responsibility and to hold the people that we've entrusted with our future, with our trust. Hold them accountable for everything they do. If you apply for this job that we vote you into, and then you screw us, you're fired, dude. Thanks. Have a nice day. No ifs, ands, or buts. And we're gonna write that into our local constitutions. Our Montana State Constitution. There you go. See? So
Thank you, Bob.
anyway, so I guess at this point we're just I'm just wasting your time.
So anyone from Australia, I tell them I was born in Sydney, and they get so excited I'm Australian, but it's Sydney, Montana.
I've also got a site that you guys can go to get a free sticker.
Okay.
So if you want a free Bernie sticker,
Absolutely.
it is, and that's great. We're gonna put that out there for people to see, because everyone wants some Bernie swag. The free sticker is TINY, tiny,
Small letters.
.cc
CC,
/ Bernie sticker.
small letters. Plural. That is.
Yep, and then you go there and they'll get you some free stickers,
It's not a
and
website, it's not an email.
it's a tiny URL that we had set up.
I just do email. I'm lucky I do email.
What do they charge?
The stickers will be free. The stickers will be free. And so we're gonna start asking for donations so we can start having the stickers, the bumper stickers, stuff to start giving to people to take out within the
As
community.
far as for flyers,
Start
it'll be
getting
much more
Bernie's,
affordable if
yeah.
we could do it at a
I
print
wanna
shop.
paint this town purple
Love it.
with Bernie paraphernalia, so, and that's what we need to do.
Cabbage,
Well, you know we're in a red state,
oh, absolutely.
and we're a blue community for the most part.
Bubble.
So, but you're gonna see this whole country when they're doing their little maps and stuff, it's gonna be a lot of purple.
What's
Now,
being
you see
my
that?
Republican self-confidence?
Idiocy? Oh yeah, fear, they're scaring everybody.
What, for me, it doesn't.
Be the change you want to see.
See the world, absolutely.
Be the change you want to
I'm not gonna
see.
be here next week,
Plato says.
It's okay.
but the week after I'll be here, I'm gonna get some
Plato
details
says.
next week.
Thanks, Jeff.
That would be,
So,
and we'll be, now that I have some help, I can work on
part in the
agendas.
political system is less than with respect for philosophy.
You know how I see it? If you're not actively participating and trying to fix whatever the problem is, you don't have a right to bitch about it.
That's not very nice.
That's how I feel, so.
Embarrassing.
Either try to fix it or shut up.
Yeah, and I was so freaking all in, I've been down all week about this.
That's
subject.
right.
Bob doesn't see it.
Thank you guys thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
For coming. It's nice to meet you.
No.
Thank you so much.
No, I'm super excited.
I've never done anything like this, so I hope I'm doing okay.
My first go with this is essentially it's not working summer in this too, so obviously this is good. But that makes it really excellent.
That's what grassroots is all.
I'm gonna, I can work technical. Go to grandma. So I was like, I'm having an events calendar to get all the.
Awesome. I think we might have a template. Yeah, so we'll see. And I'll make sure, just get in touch with me, like we'll open a chat on Facebook.
Bernie Sanders.
You wanna know who Bernie Sanders is? Here, let's make sure he gets one of our flyers. Bernie Sanders is the only man